Series full of insightful information about our island. Joining me now is Guampedia Managing Director Rita Nauta. Rita, hafa thanks for joining us.
Hafa Jason. Thank you for having me tonight.
Okay, I remember when we initially reported this issue, we put the link to Guampedia on our Facebook page, and it instantly got like at least 45 likes within the first few minutes, because people were so proud to actually have something of that caliber. Wikipedia is kind of like the gold standard against which all resources weigh themselves these days. But it's actually centric to Guam, and it's done by Guamanians, for Guamanians, or for the world in general and everything. So for the few people out there, the scant few who have no idea what it is, what is the Guampedia project?
The Guampedia project actually has been a community project in the making for 10 years. And it started with the effort by the the Humanities Council to be able to digitize encyclopedias of different jurisdictions, because have you seen an Encyclopedia Britannica set sitting around anywhere?
We actually have a few here that we use for props, so we can have Dave Delgado stand up.
But with the wave of technology, they were encouraging different jurisdictions to develop online encyclopedias, to be a scholarly source, to talk about the history of the place. And Guam was one of the fourth or fifth, if I'm not mistaken, to actually go online with our own digital encyclopedia. Mm-hmm. And 10 years later, here we are, and we actually now have over 900 scholarly entries that can be used for research and cited. We have over 2,000 images and about 40 and growing in video clips available anytime online.
And that is such a massive undertaking for any scale. I mean, this community, Guam certainly has like volumes and volumes of history that you've got to digitize, maybe from printed form or from microfiche, if people even remember what that is way back. How do you actually manage your team and figure out who does what, and how do you delegate the responsibilities? Because that's a massive undertaking.
It very much is, and we've come a long way in these last 10 years, but with technology as well, that we now manage the website. Initially, when we first started, it was a special program established just to be a source, to be able to cite it and go through it. But now we actually manage the back end, but we actually contract with writers and different scholars within the community to do the work, and then when we before we publish it online, we have to go through the fact-checking process. Mm-hmm. So we only have 4 full-time staff, but a community of partners that help with filling, and really what we're doing is centralizing all of the information, because there's a lot of information about Guam in the Marks Center, in all of these different places, but to compile them and to make them available online, that's what we're now providing to online users.
And that's great about the fact checking, because I know when people look at Wikipedia, some people say, yeah, it's the greatest thing ever. Some people say it's incredibly suspect, because anybody can edit articles, but good on you for doing that. Okay, the Chamorro Heritage Series is why we are talking today. So what is this special exhibit within a broader range of special exhibits?
Well, Guampedia definitely is online, but what we try to do is reach out to our community to let them experience and pull themselves into the importance and the stories of Guam. And so with this Chamorro Heritage Series, we actually opened the exhibit up at the Guam Museum, Adaloop Hall of Governors at the Lattie of Freedom. We opened last week, Wednesday, the 24th, and we're featuring a poster series of 26 women that we have now profiled on Guampedia, and talk about their contributions to the history of Guam. And people can actually go and see the exhibit and actually enjoy the Lattie of Freedom, which is a great view. But we also are providing 4 special programs. And for the next 3 Wednesdays through November 21st, we'll have a special program where we will have featured presenters to speak about the women. We've categorized them in different sections. This one on November 7th will be focusing and highlighting on women in politics the day after the election. We thought that's good timing. But also,
everybody's still on a political high.
Yeah, and so I think that's enough focus in and of itself. But we're also focusing on women in health over Guam's history with the Surahanas, the Naval Nurses Program, the Pateras. So we're going to have 2 featured speakers, Lulian Guerrero, who is was a nurse, a practitioner, and also in politics. She'll share personal perspective. We'll also have Dr. Unasi Nabubu from the University of Guam, and she's in Indigenous Studies, and she'll give perspective on the importance of women and role in preserving our history.
Okay, and people can check this out during normal hours right now or online?
Yes, well, the extensive profiles are always available online, but the poster exhibit will be at the Hall of Governors at the Lattie of Freedom. Their hours of operation are actually Monday through Friday, 9 to 4, and then on Saturday and Sunday it's from 9 to 12. But our special program presentations are only going to be on November 7th, the 14th, and the 21st.
Okay, so you have the real life exhibit, you have the web exhibit. I just have to ask, because people out there spend, you know, $700 on a brand new iPad. Will you have an app that people can download?
We're working on that. And you know, people when they travel, when they go around the island, give island tours. One of the things we're doing is, you know, looking at being able to access Guampedia in the different sites and be able to get the history right there in the palm of your hand.
So you can tap people's GPS and say, you're in Tumon, this is what happened here 60 years ago.
And that's part of the effort for this Chamorro Heritage Series, because Guampedia is a nonprofit organization, and it's our, what we call it, our Poksai Guampedia. Poksai is a Chamorro term for raising and nurturing, and we see Guampedia as a community project. So we're asking our community, both local and abroad, to support the project. The tickets are $25, but we do have student rates for $15, and they get to eat as well. So they get to, you know, a nice evening to see the exhibit, but also we'll have demonstrations. Like with this focus on health, we'll have a section on Amit, on the different kinds of medicinal plants that are able to use for everyday remedies.
All right, well, we got to get out of here, but the website is guampedia.org.
.com.
.com.
Yes.
I should know this. You would think I would. All right, well, Rita, thank you so much. I'm going to go bookmark it right now, so I'll never get the URL wrong again.
Thank you.
All right, guampedia.com, everybody. Don't be like me and say .org. We will be back right after this.